This video will not make sense to everyone, but I had to record it, and I hope it helps you and makes sense to you. We experience everything through our consciousness, no matter who we are, and our consciousness changes over time as we evolve, as we become who we're meant to be in this world. But we have a collective consciousness as well, and that is everyone who exists and our universe. As we live, we discover new things and ways of being that will help us navigate our lives. We never know how that's going to come about. But that title, Your Denial Was Worth It, is one that I received on January the 21st of 2025. And that is to point out to me that I was denying who I was as well as you might have done, because we don't know who we're going to be. When I came into this world, I had no clue as to who I was going to become. And I spent so many years trying to find that place. And I did many different careers. And if you don't know me, I'm Roger Burnley, and I've been a coach for a long time. Like, I'm 75 now. But in 1989, I started doing something different. I started doing automatic writing. I started connecting to consciousness. And if you can think of mindset, if you think of self-actualization, mind-body healing, personal development, I received all of that and did all of that and performed all of it. And I'm now moving in a different direction in my life, which is why I also need to change. I've put out so many things, and I needed others to understand, because it's difficult for, when you create something new, it's challenging for people to understand it. And that's what I've done, because no one had seen this before. But I'll give you the link to that message. It's on my site, anyadvicefortoday.com, but I'll give you the link, and you will see that I consistently over years received information that was about progressive consciousness raising, basically. That's what it was. And it was revealing to me the order of the universe. And as that was happening, I'm moving through every difficult, challenging, horrible thing in my life, and it kept changing, and I kept healing. I did not know that I was discovering something brand new that no one had ever seen. And I didn't understand that it was aligned with everything that was occurring in the world. And I posted something, one link I posted yesterday said I was given everything, because everything that's occurring in the world right now, no matter where it is, in the United States or whatever you're feeling, I was given that information, which is why I knew what was going to come about. Many years ago, I shifted my career, and people couldn't understand why I was doing that. And then in 2021, I said I have to give others this information, because I know that certain people are going to be challenged, because you're going to be asked to move through some really difficult, challenging times, and it's in your consciousness. But I sat and wrote down every solution, every way of accomplishing that over years. 37 years is what it took. But now it's in this work. So in 2021, I doubted myself. I said, could this really work? And then I put people in that program, and they transformed so quickly, and it just freaked me out. I couldn't believe it either. But that is how we evolve. But then when you create something brand new that no one has seen, it's challenging for others to believe it. And then I start holding myself back, because I'm waiting for people to really change. The difficulty that we are experiencing in our lives, but also in the world, is our resistance to moving through any blockage, any limitation, any lower vibrational thing that has existed within us. And I spent my entire life moving through them all. So I do know what you can achieve. And that's why months ago, I changed my site saying I know what you can achieve. And then you reach this place of consciousness where you can see things in an entirely new way. And sometimes that can be a little challenging, because you get frustrated when you see people continuing to struggle when you know they don't have to. But you also can't change that. You can't fix it. You've got to fix yourself. And that's what I'm doing, because I resisted this because it was so out of the box. No one has seen this. But I published a couple of documents because I want others to understand what is possible. And because this hadn't been done, I used artificial intelligence to put together documents to explain it to you, because it's just a matter of using our brains, our consciousness, to change things. We've all done it. We've used cognitive behavior training, or you might go to a coach or a therapist or a counselor, whatever it is. We're all using something to move beyond some limiting idea that we're holding within us. Well, what happened with what I was receiving and why I healed is that it was all aligned. You have a unique blueprint, and when you find alignment with that, you start to feel differently. You start to understand yourself. Your consciousness changes. That's what happens. But it's a process. Many times people think that this happens overnight, and it never does. I would get so upset with people when they would think, oh, I'm going to change everything in 30 days. That never happens. We have built-in limitations that it takes a while for us to use our physical brains to move beyond them to see that next version of who we can become. And I do know this because that's what I had to live. But it's also, I wanted to publish this tonight, because I want people to understand why I have to change, because it's everyone's not going to believe this. Everyone's not going to do it. And that's not good for our world, because we're still holding back and being controlled because we think we can't accomplish something. And that's what goes on, which is why I created the one document. I was given everything because for years I've been documenting the changes in consciousness that were going to occur in our world. And that's what happens over generations. It's happened in cycles before, but not many would understand that unless they had studied history or looked at things like that. But I received it intuitively, and that's what was difficult for me and others to understand. But you'll see it in the document, just in that one post you'll see it. But I've done many of them because I wanted more people to understand how you evolve in your consciousness, and it happens over time, and you can't give up on yourself. There is a way through. I have been through every difficult, challenging thing, and I've moved to a whole different dimension because of this work. But again, everyone's not going to do that. And you'll see in our world, you're going to see more things coming about. People are going to be angry. They're going to be upset. They're going to be blaming. It's going to be all of that, because that's the action that happens when the planets change in a particular way. And the next couple of days, we'll have a bunch of that. And you hear many people talking about it, the energies or whatever. I received all of that before. I received, because I have I have ability to receive information precognitively, which is also why I'm going to start working more with private clients, because I can help you understand what is happening in your particular life path, because it's your life path, it's not anyone else's. But there are always blockages for all of us. I just received this. That doesn't make me any better than anyone else. It's just a different ability or skill that I developed. You have one as well. But that's why I wanted to give you this today, so that you could look at everything and understand more. And I'm going to be taking more private clients, and you'll see that there's still openings in my program. But just understand, we're moving through a huge change in our world, so it's happening within you, but that's to cause you to become great, not to punish you. It's to cause you to move out of your stuck place or your comfort zone, to be willing to be seen. And I hid from myself for a long time, so I do understand. But now is the time we're supposed to move. Thank you so much for being here. Please share this with others, and I'll see you soon.